biggest changes this year for FUT 22 comes in the form of changing up division rivals and FUT champions. EA have already explained the changes they've implemented and why they've done it, and this is all covered on the FIFA 22 site as a FUT deep dive. We even covered it here on this channel, but after reading a lot of comments, there seems to be a few players who are confused on how it's laid out. So in today's video, I'll be explaining everything. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are uploading FIFA 22 videos every single week, and when it does finally release, we will carry on uploading the latest tips and tutorials. So if you do want to see that, then make sure you are following the channel. Getting back into the video, Division Rivals and FUT Champions is arguably the most important game mode within the game. These are the go-to game modes when playing online. This is where a huge portion of players get the majority of their coins and packs. So when EA makes some big changes for these game modes and it confuses a lot of players, it's worth taking the time to explain what's happening. EA have said that the new changes allow players to decide when they want to play, but after reading through the deep dive, it left a lot of players asking how, because it seems like it requires you to do a lot more work than what you have to do in FIFA 21. So to begin with, let's talk about Division Rivals. Division Rivals has had a few changes for FIFA 22, and because Rivals is an essential part in entering the weekend league, we're going to take some time to talk about this. Divisions are back in a way that they used to be. Instead of doing your 5 placement matches right at the beginning, which decides the best division for you, everyone will start out in Division 10, and the goal is to progress through each division. Now, when I say divisions are what they used to be, it's not exactly true. We are going back to the roots where you have to progress through each division, but it's not the case where you progress through the division the same way that it used to be many years ago. It's not based on a point system where you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. The game is still based on games won and games lost. If you win 1 game, you'll move up by 1 place. If you lose 1 game, you will go down 1 place. The only way that you don't move down is if you manage to reach one of these checkpoints within a division, and these are placed between each of the ranks. With each division, it is broken down to ranks. You achieve these ranks by winning matches. As you get to the higher division, the ranks will be more spread out, as in you'll need to win more games to actually achieve them. And if you manage to go through all ranks successfully for each division, you will eventually be promoted, where you'll go through this whole process again, as you'll move to the next division, and that division has its own set of ranks which you must achieve. Reaching these ranks is what decides your weekly rewards. So the higher your division and rank in this area will decide the bigger and better rewards you get at the end. This will be more coins and more packs. Another big thing, remember earlier when I said if you win 1 game, you will move up 1 place. If you lose 1 game, you'll go down 1 place. Well, you can also get a winning streak which will push you through the divisions a lot quicker. EA said this. For example, you've won your last 2 rival matches, played a 3rd and won that one as well. This will move you up 2 stages. Win streaks will continue until you draw or lose a match. This does all mean if you're a good player, you will smash through the lower divisions, but you'll only be getting small rewards at the beginning, whereas before you would have likely won all 5 of your placement matches and got a huge payout at the beginning. This has now all changed. You should be able to reach the division that you belong in very quickly by increasing your winning streak, and this will get you to the bigger and better rewards a lot quicker compared to if you was just to win 1, draw 1, win 1, lose 1, and so on. This is the reworked Division Rivals for FIFA 22. It should be giving you much bigger rewards compared to what we've had in previous years, but now we go through on how to participate in a weekend league. The qualification still somewhat starts the same. You go through Division Rivals, and on top of earning all the rewards that we just previously mentioned, you will also earn qualification points no matter if you win, lose, or draw. Obviously, by winning, you'll earn a lot more qualification points compared to losing. And it's also worth reminding you that the higher the division that you're playing in, the more points you'll get for these win, losses, and draws. Recently, because of the release of the FIFA 22 beta, there have been tons of leaks which tell you the points within the divisions and the points required for qualification. It should be highlighted that even though this is in the current build, this is also very easy for EA to change. So the points required, as well as the points that are gifted for you for each and every win within the divisions that are part of the FIFA 22 beta, might not be the points that you're gifted after the wins once FIFA 22 is officially released. But the good news is that this process is still exactly the same as what we have in FIFA 21. It will still be done in a very similar way, where we have this point system, but the higher the division that you're in, the more points you'll be able to get at the end of each game that you play. Now this is where things start to change up quite a bit. Originally you would build up these 2,000 qualification points and then you'll redeem them to go into the weekend league. This time round with FIFA 22, you'll redeem them to go into what's called the playoffs. The Champions Playoffs are the first leg of the overall FUT Champions competition, and it's open for the duration of the FUT season, which is around about 6 weeks. You'll progress through a limited number of games in your own time, earning points towards champion ranks and rewards. These are rewarded at the end of your run in the Champions Playoffs. If you earn enough points, you'll unlock a finals qualification token which grants you access to the Champions Final. This is where the confusion starts to kick in. Whereas before players were happy to build up enough points and just enter into the weekend league, now you have to do an extra step. And this is where players are asking, how is this more accessible for players and the time that is required to play this game? Well, with this, you need to see the Champions Playoffs as the beginning of FUT Champions. The layout of the Champions Playoffs is very similar to division rivals. It's laid out in a ranked system, except there's no point deduction after losing games, so there's no need to have checkpoints like what we have in division rivals. Each game you play will give points no matter win or lose. You'll just get more points per win compared to a loss. In the images on the FUT 22 deep dive, it shows 5 points for a win and 1 point for a loss. Yet again, this can be changed before the release of FIFA 22. The overall goal is to push through the ranks to get a finals qualification token. This is what gives you access to the weekend league, but there's also a lot more to look forward to. Each rank has its own lot of rewards. Some of these ranks will reward you with a finals qualification token, but others will give you coin bonuses and different types of packs. Yet again, the higher you push through these ranks, the bigger and better rewards you'll get. And these games can be played at any point throughout the season. And this is where EA are making it so it's more accessible to players. For those that are unable to build up enough qualification points to go into the weekend league, and unfortunately they work over the weekends or they just don't have enough time to play because of other activities in their life. Well, now you have the beginner step of the playoffs. The playoffs can be played at any point, and even though they're not as rewarding as the weekend league, it still gives additional ways in which you can bring in more coins and more packs into your club whilst playing at a competitive level. Let's say you are unsuccessful in getting a finals qualification token. You will still have access to the playoffs and you will be able to achieve some of the ranks. And these ranks will give you a decent amount of rewards on top of the rewards that you've managed to get through your division rivals. If you don't get a qualification token from your attempt, you will then have to go all the way back to division rivals, build up your qualification points again, and then re-enter into the Champions Playoffs for another attempt. If you are successful in your attempt and you are capable of getting a qualification token, you will enter into the Champions Final. The Champions Final is the weekend league. The FUT Champions Finals will take place on the weekends using the same duration that was used for the weekend league in FIFA 21. This is where it goes back to the system that we are all familiar with. And this will play out very similar to what we have in FIFA 21. From this point, not much has changed. You'll go through this and there's different ranks to achieve, and how you get to those ranks is by winning games. The more games that you win, the higher the rank you'll get and the more and bigger rewards you'll get at the end. This will giving you more packs and in some cases giving you more coins. The biggest change and the change that has brought the most confusion is the Champions Playoffs. So many players have seen this new game mode as an extra step to get into FUT Champions, when in actual fact the playoffs is FUT Champions. This is the first stage. And by going through it, you will be rewarded a lot better and a lot bigger compared to going into division rivals. It just makes it more accessible for players who are unable to play over on the weekend, which in previous years it meant that those players have completely lost out on the bigger and better rewards, even though they play through FIFA quite a bit during the week. So now with the implementation of the Champions Playoffs, players can now play through this game mode whenever they want, and they can achieve a fairly decent amount of rewards. Of course, they'll still miss out on the weekend league, and the weekend league does deliver a lot more and a lot bigger rewards, but at least they're able to get something that they wasn't able to go through before this. This did bring quite a bit of confusion to the community, but hopefully now this video has helped you all understand. If you do have any other questions, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.